Test, test. Okay.
Hello! New Friday. Again. This time we're actually felonies.
Okay.
I mean, we are investigating a murder. Murder's felony. I meant instead of racing. Oh, I meant.
No.
I didn't mean it in real life. What? Yeah.
October 10th? No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
I know. That's you. You
I
did
wish
that.
you'd play more often.
You did that. Well, hey, I'm not gonna have thingies to do on Tuesday at some point, so we could do it Tuesday. November.
9th January, SS Buria, Miss Pavlova's cabin.
Oh, I forgot to practice my Russian accent. Somehow, the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made it. See, stop.
I better lower the gate or something. Because you were cutting out.
Oh, oopsies.
No, it's not. Hold on, just be quiet for a second. Okay, that'll be fine enough. And now you should be able to talk normal and it should work.
Alright. Sorry, I guess I was being too
No,
quiet.
it's...
Susato-san took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt.
You! What are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? I think you were him, actually.
The bad
big
guy?
guy.
Oh yeah, I think I was too, actually.
You both look unhurt. Good.
Yeah, we're fine. Thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship?
Yes. It appears to have been a false report, though. Let me... I was gonna try it down here, but it really... It doesn't look like it cuts off much of the screen, but it really does fuck up my view.
Aww.
And the problem with this is that it puts it like right on my head.
Yes. There you go.
It's not a lot. Well, what if I do this? That's not
too bad.
Yeah, I think we'll try that.
Alright, cool. Cool. So are you gonna do big Russian guy so I can only focus on one Russian accent, or...
It's up to you.
Yeah, you should... Oh, how did that happen?
There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. Remember, you can adjust the volume on your headphone.
Yeah.
This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. You want me to read him?
Yeah.
Everything is chaos. Passengers are screaming. Crew are running everywhere. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Or you're making him Arnold Schwarzenegger again.
You're
right. I did do him, and that's what you did to the other guy. I understood. Yeah, okay.
This first class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Oh, I see.
Oh yeah, you're doing like everybody. Well, 1, 2, 3, and I'm doing 2.
Well, you can read the big guy. He's not gonna have many lines.
Yeah, but still. Someone triggered the alarm. Does that mean that someone pressed that button outside? Ah! You wicked intruder! Just fallen back! You are the devil! Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things before, but devil is the first. What is that? That reminds me of something, that pose. I can't remember. You opened my traveling case. How could you? What? No, we didn't touch it.
That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin.
Inspector!
Yes?
Arrest this man. This man. I know he did it. He is a criminal. Is it not enough that he has killed a man? Oh, am I doing him too?
I mean, it's just so you have more to read, I guess. Well, wait, I'm doing Hosanaga. I'll read it.
Okay. I didn't practice my Russian.
And his story as well. The victim promises not to steal chicken, do you believe?
Take him away. He is a trespasser as well as everything else.
Stowing away.
Else.
Trespassing. Killing. Suicide. You're the devil.
It doesn't look good, does it?
There's a cell below deck. What I mean? Tomorrow we dock in Hong Kong. Then we give you straight to police.
Hong Kong police. Wait, a cell?
Please, Inspector Hosanaga. Is there nothing you can do? This is Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options. This is terrible.
This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. Immediately. Oh, okay. Immediately doesn't mean as immediately. Let's see. Let's climb through the planet.
Nothing has a check mark anymore, so.
Oh, okay.
So do I just start?
I would. Oh my God! What the hell?
I can't say I was expecting that.
No, I wasn't. No, no.
Should I start with him?
Yeah, I guess I should read the big guy because you're gonna be reading him now too. What the? What? What are you doing up there? Mr. Sholmes!
Hey, Lon. Hello, Lon.
Why is he wearing the tiara?
Oh my god, I didn't even see that. I gotta get into... Hello, love. Naturally. I was analysing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head.
Oh my god.
Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no.
Why was he hanging on the coat rack to do that, though? Well, why were you hanging from that hook before then? Yes, he's wearing a tiara. He's wearing the 20,000 ruble tiara. The one that, yeah. Yeah, the one that, what's her face stole. Hello! Oh yeah, it was like $300, but then inflation, so I don't know.
Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine if it will bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of bragging bounds.
I never know whether to take this man seriously or not.
He's shadowboxing-ish.
Yeah. He's shadowboxing. What? Okay. Alright. Alright, yeah. Yep. I'm not gonna...
So you're lying.
I said that already.
Oh, I thought that was just you talking.
Oh,
Ah, you again. The great detective. What?
Diphtheria outbreak at a police retirement home.
Oh, Inspector! I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently.
I bet you do.
Well,
You might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time.
What is your report? Speak! What?
An urgent report from a great detective coming, but one thing.
Somebody's dead.
Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night here on this vessel, the steamship Voyager. Whoa. This fucking keyboard. It's actually not the keyboard, it's the Bluetooth connection it uses.
That's dumb. Why is it...
Oh my god!
Why is it a Bluetooth connection? Why is it not, like, wired to the... Yep, that's
It's just because, like, my computer's down there, I got all this shit in the way, so the Bluetooth connection is not good.
Yeah.
Unless I have it in...
Maybe you should, you know, have a wire instead of a Bluetooth connection.
I have way too many wires.
Maybe you should have another wire.
No, Leon really does not have a point.
I absolutely have a point. There's no reason to use Bluetooth when you could use a fucking wire.
Yeah, can I do this with a wire and put it over here on the side and type on it?
Why do you need to put it anywhere other than right there?
Because I have two of these and one is literally on the floor because I swap them around all the time. I just need a longer wire now.
Or another, like... surface.
Did I read that?
Yes, you did.
Has been solved. By me, naturally.
What?
Really? Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. So, allow me to illuminate all your minds.
Oh, God.
For I am about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case.
You got enough greats there? Ha! What?
Francisca. Fool.
Yep. Oh, God. Oh, no.
That's your line.
Yeah, I know, but I forget how I'm supposed to do Russian accents. Ha! You have solved it! Even Hedgehog understands this case.
Well, it's always going to be hard following up in my wonderful British accent.
Uh-huh. They all knew who was responsible for killing student boy this morning when we found it criminal in wardrobe. It is this stowaway, and he has handcuffs to prove it. I didn't do it.
The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because, as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside.
I also found like 3 explanations for that.
That means the culprit must be someone who was inside the cabin.
Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories.
Locked room! That's his point! The room was locked. Well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have... Yes, no, but it could have been drawn across from inside the cabin when the...
What about a magnet?
No, it wasn't. You floated that last time. No.
I didn't float that last
You did.
time.
You absolutely did. There's no way the bolt could have... you decided that you weren't going to float it because some other something. I can't remember. But there was something that made you think, oh, it was probably because the door was metal. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across... But you mentioned magnet and then how it was not a magnet.
Anyway.
There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from outside the cabin.
You are all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all.
That's so much fun reading him.
I know.
What? Oh yes, there is another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door.
What other entrance? We never discovered one.
Oh, you did.
Oh, it gapes open mouth at you even as we speak. The ventilator, man!
The ventilator.
Yeah! You think this is funny? I cannot even put my arm through that hole! That's because your arms are as thick as tree trunks.
You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening. It's not possible.
No, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator.
Yep. She knows.
Mr. Sholmes, do you mean... Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dingling from the ventilator grill. A snake.
I told you.
Precisely, my dear ma'am.
Told you.
But what does it mean? What is this speckled band?
The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin.
He's gonna say something completely stupid, though.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have to, like, do that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing?
There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I am about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cause.
Oh, good lord.
Behold! Yeah, what the?
Oh,
Aww.
he's correct.
Allow me to introduce you all to the band. The Speckled Band.
Snake?
Indubitably.
Where the fuck did you pull the snake from, though? Mr. Sholmes, just one thing.
Pray, what troubles you?
Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it? Looks more stripy, wouldn't you say?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. I think in this case you'd have to call it the striped band, wouldn't you? You both say and observe with distinction. However, do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall?
The culprit being the snake?
Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap?
How exactly?
I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova?
I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. I can't do the.
There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one. Last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. And number two, That same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life.
No! She's turned white as a bowl of rice again. Sholmes must be right, he's hit the nail on the head.
This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asogi?
It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head.
All that involves a little movement is possible, Simon. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. So everyone, let us begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
Oh, good lord.
The Great Deduction. The game is afoot. Topic 1. Intruder's identity.
Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death is nothing to do with me. The whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those old events, your aching heart smarts with pain. It is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was a friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. And yet, the fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we give then? Then give, pray. What was the sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night?
No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this.
But it does. You had the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you're trying, but failing to conceal, can only be the snake's sloughed skin. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin. No?
I don't know what you are talking about.
Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side of the bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin. A snake so dreadful, we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India.
He's from Russia.
A beloved speckled snake. Topic 2. How Mr. Asogi died. Oh, I'm talking this much is killing me.
Oh my god.
Moving on. We come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life? And why?
Why did he write in Russian?
Excuse me.
According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there was no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by terrible venom.
Nope.
Now, if we take that as fact, if we do, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime.
Oh no. Could that be?
Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. The almost, but not quite, imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth.
Nope.
Yes, the vestiges of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend.
This makes no sense.
There is no point in feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavoured to avoid everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that travelling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt.
You don't...
It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? Oh my god. A sound you had used to train your serpent friend.
To train?
Indeed. You'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle.
That happened in the wrong order.
You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared not to have been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more.
Alright, fine.
Do you deny the snake has undergone such training?
It's not true.
Oh, man.
Having slittered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever.
It's not even a mistake.
That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt, my logic is infallible.
Except for all the faily parts.
Conclusion: death by a venomous snake's bite.
Run!
Oh, God.
Thus concludes Alec Shum's great deduction of the speckled band.
Man, how do British people do it? Whew. That's tiring.
Also, if a snake like bites and then envenomates something, it doesn't have enough venom to then kill something else. You know, usually it takes, oh, I don't know. I'm sure it changes by snake, but the amount of time that takes for more venom to be made is not 10 seconds.
Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine.
Why?
There on the floor you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature.
But incredible. You've solved the mystery. Am I being sarcastic? I can't tell.
Amazing. Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Sherlock Holmes has become such a household name.
Oh, maybe we are being serious.
My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand.
What?
Could I venture your opinion, Mr. Holmes? But of course, what's on your mind? It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me.
Some things.
I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, good. First of all... Snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family. You are well informed, madam.
I mean, milk is stupid.
In reptiles, don't drink milk.
Yep.
It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other trick to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds.
What's the milk?
Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears. Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal a snake by whistling. But madam, what are the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute? I think perhaps the performers play the music in time with the snake's natural movements.
Yep. That is true.
Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears! These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless.
Oh my god, dude! I mean, yes, they do have ears, but can't they, like, not hear very well? Also, their ears aren't, like, outdoor ears, they're, like, indoor ears. They're inside the skull. Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Holmes.
There is one other thing. You have more? Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. So, I'm not really sure that a snake can manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in these cabins.
It could.
Then it should try harder! Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Holmes.
Well, yeah, but isn't mostly what they do is feel vibrations rather than hear? I mean, I can be entirely completely wrong.
Even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this.
So apparently snakes like both outer ears and middle ears. They do have one middle ear bone that connects the inner ear to the jaw that enables snakes to hear vibrations such as a predator creeping closer on the forest floor. So, kinda sorta. But they can hear, they can, wow, they have a not very large hearing range. But they can hear, properly. Like, I mean, you know, they can hear sounds, but they don't have eardrums. They have, so they do sound, but it's weird.
Ready to play the game now? I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh no, you don't mean
Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be.
I have a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try.
Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Odo.
Yeah, right.
So, cast your eyes down onto your wrists again.
What? You've done it again!
Your handcuffs are gone.
Where did they go?
Fear not. I shall say they're restored after all work is done.
I really wish you'd leave them off.
Now, everyone, let us begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Let's go. You claim the following. I bet do this again since we already read it.
That's good because I'm reading about snakes and hearing.
Yes, when you recall those horrid. It's your line now.
She does have a pained expression on her face.
Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind.
But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Can there be some other way to interpret her expression then?
Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova.
When you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. More like her hand, right?
Yeah.
What else is causing her pain?
Not her.
Aching heart. Well, I guess nothing else is gonna light up, so just go here.
I don't know, I guess, maybe. I don't know. You can't, it says history. So, is that the only...
I mean, nothing else is lighting up.
Maybe... Oh, wait, there was something. Oh.
I can present that, but
I guess you have to.
right ear. What?
What? How would a right ear be causing pain? Is that the only other thing?
I mean, there's the earring, but right ear. Yeah.
Nothing. That's hard.
Yeah, it's just the heart in the ear.
We'll go up a little. Alright.
Yes!
Ear. Despite being in the neighboring cabin, you failed to notice what was happening to Mr. Asogi next door. And for that, you can't forgive yourself, can you? A feeling I understand all too well. Guilt is bad enough, but Mr. Sholmes' accusatory words add salt to the wound and hurt your ears. That makes no fucking sense. You're definitely wrong.
What spectacular controlled logic led you to this mindless conclusion?
It's supposed to be a logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show.
This is my show, Mr. Odo. Currently perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage.
Ugh, sorry.
I don't know what it wants us to do.
I know, right?
If that expression on her face is to be believed...
Like, I thought it would be... Oh, wait. Go again. Just,
read your line.
she really is feeling genuine pain. What's really the cause of it?
Let's have another good look at her and see if we can make sense of it.
Can you rotate her?
Son of a bitch.
Oh! The hand.
I forgot about the rotation thing.
Yep.
Whoops. I clicked A. I meant to present it. Oh, Naruhodo-san, look. That looks like a very painful wound.
Looks like a scratch may become some kind of small animal.
Not a snake.
And fairly recently, too.
Well, whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here.
Yes!
Yes, when you recall these horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain.
Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh.
Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch sometime last night? Then I think about the young man who died next door. I feel so sad. And then I'm sad the pain from this wound is worse.
And is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death?
Oh, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
She boarded this vessel, was it not? It's just glance.
Seems likely the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? Except snakes don't have claws, do they?
No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet on which claws might grow.
Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is it? What is the true identity of this friend of hers? Okay, so it's the small mammal the snake ate.
We should follow her gaze, Naruhodo-san. That's where we'll find the answer.
Okay.
Whoa, what's... Look, a cat!
Oh! Ooh.
But I thought she was looking completely the other way.
No, I know, she was looking in this direction.
Yes!
Apparently not. You were looking over at this framed photographic print, weren't you, Miss Pavlova? Let's not be distracted by the print itself. Oh no! It's the frame that's your friend, isn't it? Because it so beautifully displays whatever you put inside it.
What's...
Oh. We'll just skip
yeah.
I mean, it was the cat in the picture was the whole idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, see how she's looking like over this way?
Oh, okay.
That's aimed at her friend.
Probably responsible for the scratch on the back of her hand. Okay. The direction she looked.
But I can't rotate that far. I can't. Like, I can't rotate anymore.
Yeah. So... well, what if you go over the photograph frame? What if you... No, I guess... teapot. Semen...
Writhing serpent. Unless there's a button I can hit I don't know about.
I don't think so.
I can't look up or down.
Can you go any further that way? No.
What the heck?
Maybe it's inside the teapot? I mean, I don't know.
I'll just do it normal, like...
I have a feeling that it was this teapot that Miss Pavlova's eyes flickered over to you before.
You think this is a friend she's been talking about?
Well, we're all different, aren't we? Yeah, why is it not the cat? Whatever we might say about it, that's the way she feels.
I don't think I'll say anything about it then. You and the teapot can discuss it instead.
Wait, that's not what I meant. So,
What
yeah,
the heck?
What did he put?
It
Why
just
is
says
it?
photograph frame.
Yeah, why is it not the...
Maybe if we do this. That's...
Ah, look at that photograph in this frame. This must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away.
She's exceptionally beautiful, isn't she?
Oh, hey, bell. The broken bell. Yeah, the snake totally hit the cat.
No!
What do you mean? No.
Eat the cat, Jesus.
Yes, that's true, but personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that caught my eye. You need better take a closer look at this. Little kitten. Possession.
Yes!
Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us.
Scratch on the back here. Yes, the scratch on your back of your hand makes that abundantly clear.
Oh no. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Ah! That guy's my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind.
Darker will appear to be a Russian blue.
Oh.
And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way.
No, don't look. Oh.
We already read all this. Do you think it's a cat toy?
I think it's the cat's,
Did you
collar.
see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back.
If she just left it in her pocket, no one would have known.
Oh yes, toys like that are Mr. Shulman's specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something.
I thought deduction was his specialty. Or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too?
Anyway, I find it hard to believe that's the skin of a snake.
In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back?
Maybe it's like a scarf or
Cat collar?
a toy. It's got like a wooden handle.
Oh.
You know, like the toys we use for our
Oh
cat?
yeah! Oh yeah, that's cute. Why was that dangling out there though? Well, it is speckled and it is a band, but what is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy. Long piece of cloth of some sort. That looks like a handle at one end. I think it may be a cat's toy.
I think it may be a cat's toy.
Oh, sorry.
This sort is common in the West, apparently.
How's that a toy for cats?
Cats like to chase the band around and paw at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them and they pounce to catch it.
That sounds positively adorable.
It is.
Yes!
Yes, the thing you are trying, but failing, to conceal is a cat's toy.
Precisely, and the true nature of the now infamous speckled band.
Uh-huh.
And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it.
But why? For
Maybe
what?
the cat got up in there and she was trying to get it out.
Yeah. But why? For what reason?
Oh dear boy, there can only be one answer to that. After her feline friend disappeared through a ventilator into the neighbouring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use a speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return.
Ah.
In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Dolka.
Yeah.
A truly troublesome feline. Young Dolka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova.
How can he just like go through all of this like he thought of it the first time around and just... Alright, cool.
A friend of a kitten named Darka that Tiara shoe where else is cosmetic. Damn it.
Darka, that's a cute name. I wonder what it means in Russian. It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Darka, she is so naughty.
God damn it.
My beloved kitten.
I really thought the snake... I mean, I still think the snake killed him, but...
Yeah, whose snake is it?
Yeah.
Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim.
As a man loses his life and why? Da-dee-da-da. According to the data of which I have been crime, it appears that it was side of injury. Oh, fuck! That is his death. Terrible venom.
What Mr. Sholmes says is true. There were no signs of a wound anywhere on Kazuma-sama's body.
Then how did he die of venom? That's right. Mr. Sholmes seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma wasn't poisoned. Also, poisoning somebody with a strength fight requires a bite wound.
Which they said they would check for. You gotta learn to remember things.
The whole thing is based on the part where he doesn't have a wound. That's what they just said.
It would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing now.
Back. That one.
Why?
There were no traces of external injury or poison.
Yes!
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report.
Oh, yes. Oh, I knew it was one of the other.
Poison! Or a post-mortem report. His neck was...
Indeed. The breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that.
Assuming Shervinov isn't some immortal freak, you know.
The jury is out. Anyway, we have on gut authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as a fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime.
Oh no, could there be...
Yes. Yeah.
Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something or someone.
Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found, though.
Presumably, Durga didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and deal him a fatal blow.
I suppose. It's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly. It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident.
Oh yeah, a bad fall could explain it.
It's rather hard to believe of Kazuma-sama, though. He wasn't a clumsy man.
Huh. Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? The bell. Yeah.
Huh?
He tripped over the cat. Yeah.
No,
Yep.
and broke his neck.
Yep.
Yes!
Come on. Then what's the mark on the floor?
His shoes. Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively.
This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish.
Shoe polish?
Indeed. Positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course.
She heard him hit the floor. That's why.
Beeswax, tallow and dye were my results. The undeniable ingredients of shoe polish.
And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asogi's laced leather shoes. Looking at this mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have caught his foot at that point on the floor and tripped. Please, no.
And, by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor.
Where the fuck did the rushing come from, and why is there a snake on the boat?
Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant, he lost his life.
No! I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asogi lost his life?
Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. Fuck. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. Oh, it's, same thing again. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama merely tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it.
I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened.
But...
And if this part of Mr. Sholm's deduction is right, Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction that she just cast her eyes.
Where, I wonder?
Let's have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. She probably just put the fucking cat in, like, somewhere in the desk. Or the... No.
You hid the evidence
But
that
we-
links you to the victim's death in...
Oh. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
What?
It is,
What?
it is the tiara. Because the evidence is the other half of the broken bell. It's a shiny little glass thing.
How could she fashion it into a tiara piece?
Somebody appears to have dropped 20,000 rubles here.
It hasn't been dropped, Naruto-san. It's been placed.
Starting to sound like Mr. Sholmes.
Stop trying to sound like the great detective.
I mean, I don't know. Then what about the trash can, maybe?
Waste paper basket. There's This is a waste paper basket. Perhaps all the first-class captains have them.
But Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably there's not much rubbish in there yet. Oh, well, whatever. I was right about the bell. I was right about it being the bell. Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that?
She fashioned it into...
Look, I don't know, okay? Shut... You can't use that the first time. I made it. You're not allowed to use that. I object to you.
So you're lying.
Yes, it is.
I can't read.
Yeah, I know, that's the point. And I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you.
Yes!
Shut up, I was right about the bell part. That's right! You have the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket! Ah.
Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object. It would seem one that has a familiar air, in fact.
Precisely. We found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asogi's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. Oh no.
So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why will it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin?
Yeah!
You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not?
I don't...
I don't know, and that hush-whushing accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question.
What?
Take it away,
What?
Mr. Odo. I'm surprised he's letting somebody else have
I
the
know,
spotlight.
right? Yeah. It's because he doesn't know. The evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell, that would be that picture.
The evidence linking and the little glass bell. Oh, okay.
Yes!
The music didn't stop.
If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from Durka's collar, the very glass bell in question.
The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall.
And the cause of that fateful stumble?
God.
Absent
feline friend,
Durka!
Shut the fuck!
I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry.
Conclusion. Death by tripping over a cat.
Aww.
I'm really shocked that it wasn't death by snake.
Where'd the snake come from?
Yeah, I know, right? Where the fuck did the snake come from? Also, you can't train snakes with whistling, basically, because they don't hear like that. Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night. It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Durka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands.
People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments.
Also, there was a snake. She was so fast. She disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her.
And that is how you recorded the rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it?
Yes. And I had read the rules on the wall. I knew that I was not allowed Daka with me.
Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It is a precaution, really.
So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping. So at
that point, you thought it safe to try to lure the kitten back again. By dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin.
Draco always loves this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't return. So the faint whistling sound Kazuma wrote about in his diary was Miss Pablo trying to retrieve her pet.
Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. Yeah, they do. Little bastards.
Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had come down. But then... I nearly passed out with shock. I heard her cry out and then... Oh, it was such a dreadful bang. Then afterwards... nothing. It was totally silent. Kazuma was...
From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, it seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. The SS Buria is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. If Mr. Asogi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet, the combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards?
got eaten by the snake.
Oh, stop saying that.
In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator.
Yet Doka is nowhere to be seen.
I must have forgotten to lock my case, and now she's disappeared again.
Gracious, that cat is insufferably restless as I am.
Well, he knows something about himself at least. When I woke this morning, I heard that a young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back. Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake?
You're right. Where is it?
The snake isn't your friend, Miss Pablo. Then whose is it and where did it come from? What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board the ship?
It's his.
It is. It is. Oh, I didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name is Pyrojosko?
What?
What?
The snake belongs to you?
He escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him in here. Yeah, how did that sneak into this cabin?
Through that pipe.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But animals are not permitted on board.
Ha! We are at sea for 1 year! You want to be so long without close friend, without someone who understands? Couldn't you find someone a little more human, who understands you better?
But my dear burly fellow, Uncle Gunter and better, Miss Snake. Surely you can't appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in.
No venom!
Hmm?
I have no idea how to say that fucking name. Peroshko does not have venom. He is harmless, very long, but very gentle. He is adorable like Granny.
It's venomless.
Yes. Now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see big smiles. And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? Ha! Like they say, they milk chickens? Ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid stories. Krushka eats mouses. Big, fat, round mouses. Yep, he ate the cat.
Stop.
So... Is that what the mousetrap and the passageway out there is for? Of course! How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Nothing says how the food chain like the look in their eyes right now.
It refuses to drink milk. It can't hear a whistle. It can't climb up a balcony. It's not even venomous. How the deuce did something so outlandish story in row?
Oh my god. It's not my fault! I do not make up stories! My approach is nothing to do with this incident! So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death. Yeah, I feel angry too. He fucking tripped on a cat.
Miss Pavlova,
We're gonna find it.
I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what the circumstances, I cannot forgive you.
But
What are you talking about, Miss Mikotova? What lies? Miss Pavlova just confessed everything.
yeah, what am I missing?
It was just a series of unfortunate events. An accident.
I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I could see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
Sure. To be perfectly honest, yeah. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. Oh, we're gonna do the bluffing thing now. Yay!
Oh, I confess. I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter.
Oh.
I am only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction.
A distraction?
I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable.
Oh my god, they're back! Ugh, not again! When did he do that?
Especially as they're on your wrist as a result of my intervention. I was right hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call.
You were, Mr. Sholmes?
Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours, was he not?
Yes? Kazuma was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even.
In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here, Mr. Naruto.
Yes, whatever that might be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pablo's story, I'm sure. If I can chase that down, maybe the truth will become clear. The truth about how you really died, how that scene in your cabin really came to be.
I mean, we still gotta figure out the whole Russian thing in writing.
Well, yeah.
And if he broke his neck and died instantly, how could he?
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Naruto. So then, shall we begin?
Yeah!
What shall we ponder first? Is the victim who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside? Was this truly an unfortunate accident? Or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance.
That's you.
Oh, but we've already established it, haven't we? The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes, but still an accident.
Hold it!
Oh, is that me? Oh! Haha! Wait! Let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it?
I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid.
Well, yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pablo's story here. Evidence is right there in Kazuma's cabin. It's undeniable. His death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident. That was me.
I was shocked.
Really?
Let us show on, Mr. Naruto. Time to present the evidence. The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident.
That would be this one.
Yeah, right. Yep. Wardrobe.
Should we stop here?
Yes!
I will punch you. The truth is clearly recorded in this photographic print. There's no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor.
That script. It's Russian, isn't it?
Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe.
I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language.
That's not why.
Japanese in this case.
But maybe he was studying Russian. It is a simple language. He could have picked it up very fast. It doesn't seem likely. That's actually not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not.
Sorry? What do you mean?
Exactly what I said before. There's no way Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor.
Because he died from the fall.
And the reason why is clearly explained in here.
The examining report.
Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Instant death.
Ah!
Which means, after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. Because he was already dead.
That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Asogi's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there, if what Miss Pavlova told us was true.
What?
So, this is how the town has noticed the too then.
Oh, man.
Putting this message on the floor side, there's something else that gives the truth away.
No blood. Well, that wasn't blood. Never
Another
mind.
piece of evidence that proves this is no accident. In other words... What was it? Oh, yeah. That one.
What one?
Says keep out. Like, how... Right? It's gonna be that.
Why?
Because how would he have put that on the wardrobe if he was that? I don't know.
Yes!
Is it that? Nope. I'm wrong. Nope. Ignore me. Oh no!
Either absence is something you would expect to find at the scene of an accident, or the presence is something you wouldn't. Most compendious.
So I'm gonna guess it's the absence of something because we already found the presence of something we wouldn't expect. Okay. No, because that wasn't in the cabin. Is it his diary, maybe?
This was no accident.
No, I think it's gotta be the
Huh?
I think it's gotta be the diary.
Well, okay, what's his time of death, though? Sometime between 1 a.m. and a little past?
2 a.m. Yeah.
What? Oh. I had no idea.
I think it's the boat.
This?
Yeah.
Yes!
Thinking not.
Try to look up what it is.
The absence of something
Or the presence of something. Well, I mean, it could be the log where there's no log of somebody hitting the floor really hard.
Yeah.
You know?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Or the ship tilting.
Yeah, or
Like
something.
literally nothing to report. Should I try it? I think I should.
Yeah, okay.
Yes!
Fuck. Really?
Oh man, what is it? I gotta look it up. What could it possibly be? Is it the picture again? Is it like, I have no idea.
It can't be the bell. right? That proves this was no accident.
Mm.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's the mark on the floor. Yeah.
It's this?
Yeah.
Do we know why?
Something to do with the why did the half of it end up back in Pavlova's room?
Yes!
Oh yeah, if it was off the kitten, how could it have... It wouldn't have gone with the kitten. This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor.
Well, that's the glass bell the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. It was broken in half when the victim tripped over the cat and fell. So we already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in that logic?
Unfortunately, there's a very big flaw. A fatal flaw.
What?
That's really what happened. Now, how did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin?
Yes. Remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in that waste paper basket. Would you care to explain that, Miss Pavlova?
Oh no. Both these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Asogi died last night in his cabin, there was someone else in the room. And that same person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth. In order to cover up his or her own guilt. Yeah!
Wow.
Yes, there was someone else present in Mr. Asogi's...
You are wasting time.
Oh, that guy. Someone else was there? Ah, of course! We know this! What are you talking about? Bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. There was no way in or out.
Oh yes.
And only other person in cabin when young student died was you!
Yes!
It's true, I was in the cabin when it happened.
You were shot inside the cabin wardrobe to be precise about the details.
But I don't know Russian. There's no way I would have left that message.
Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message to be precise about the details.
Oh my god, he's actually smart now. Would you mind?
If you'll give me, my dear fellow.
As I was saying, the person in question wrote the word wardrobe in Russian on the floor. Any attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. And then, the same person...
And then the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen to the floor. for fear of it becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Asogi really died.
But only half of it.
But why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions.
Yes, well,
It was past 1 o'clock in the early hours in the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. The single, small lamp suspended from the ceiling would barely have cast any light onto the floor there. Little wonder then that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item.
I mean, there weren't any portholes, that cabin there, I mentioned it before, so it was always that fucking dark. You all suspect me, don't you? That's why he has the stripes on his face, it's from the snake. Seaman Stroganoff? Nina is woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was dancer on this ship, a member of ship's band. Oh. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal! Ah, so that's it. You say that when young student died, Nina was there in his cabin? But that is not possible! I give my tooth!
Well, this is almost interesting. And why would you give your tooth, pray? How can you be so sure?
Humph! You are a great detective! You should know! Look through the eyes! Cabin bulkhead was bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go into cabin. Not Nina, not anyone. Or you want to tell me that killer can walk through locked doors? Niet! It's impossible. Ugh, he's right.
But wait, I read about this in detective stories. People often tie thread around door latches so they can open and close them from the outside.
Shred, are you stupid? These bulkheads are not barn doors.
Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of every steel with not a gap in sight. No threads or needles or magnets could have been used. No, of course not. I thought so too. But Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, so...
Susan, how could you shift it onto me like that?
So, Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside.
Not necessarily.
But
I put it to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind that having been used before.
I don't believe it.
I know what it is.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you?
A way to shut the bolts of the cabin door from the outside, or upside, or downside, or any side. One way does spring to mind, yes.
The lurching of the ship?
Do you really know what Mr. Shums means, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yeah, and so you do, because we've seen it happen.
Indeed we have. So would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo?
Bookshelf.
What would that? Point out the telling signs of the method that was used to... Point out the telling signs of the method that was used to slide the cabin door bolt across from the outside.
Because the bookshelf shows that the ship worked.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what you...
Yes!
Look at the bookcase there. See how books and things on it have toppled over?
That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before.
Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that are fastened down are bound to fall over.
I believe, yes, it's what's known as the force of inertia, acting on the objects.
Is there nothing Susan doesn't know? Or that isn't in her book at least? Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books on the bookcase also made something else in the cabin move. Bolt on the cabin door. It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. We had come into this cabin not long before and we hadn't bolted the door. But then...
Hello, is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance!
Oh, that sounds like...
Oh,
Inspector Hosonaga? Oh yes. That's it. When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door.
Yeah, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the force of ineptia, if you want to call it that.
are you trying to say that last night, after Mr. Asogi was killed, SS Buria made another emergency stop?
Or something. When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over and all the ornaments. It was almost as if somebody had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over.
Well yes, I remember that. And I stood them all up again, didn't I?
Then, when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. All books and everything had toppled over, just like in Mr. Asogi's cabin.
Oh my.
Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova? Are you out of your mind? You say Buria made emergency stop?
It does seem a little far-fetched. Christ! How could that have possibly have happened? Unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room.
Oh, it is simple enough.
Hmm?
Or you're forgetting the button in the passageway outside. Used to trigger the emergency alarm. Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there? Telling you only to press the button in times of emergency.
And she used to be on the boat. She knows that the bolts would have slid. She did that on purpose. Wow, she's smart.
On dark nights when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel that allow any crewman to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity.
You press it. Wait! It was you?
When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interest of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today.
Did you do that to prove a point?
Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who... As I always say, a button has but one purpose in its life. to be pressed, whatever the occasion.
He sounds almost proud of himself. So is he an idiot or is he actually smart? How dare you mess with ship! I report to you, Captain! You are in much trouble now.
No. Oh, I'm sure all that can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learnt a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin door slide closed. So, what we must now consider...
Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asogi, did the ship make an emergency stop or did it not?
You are idiots! But a huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop even in the middle of the night, there would be chaos everywhere.
What are your thoughts, Mr. Odo?
Well, certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea.
Really? What evidence, Mr. Naruhodo?
Fascinating! Do show us, my good man. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped this vessel last night?
The log. Because there's nothing... Yeah.
Yes!
Seaman Stroganoff. It's your duty to patrol the first-class area of the ship, isn't that right? Ah! That is correct! Why? And the ship's log here, this would be where you record the details of your duties. What are you doing with that? That is mine!
Oh, you rather carelessly left it atop a little makeshift bureau in the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took it into all care with a mind to return it to you later.
I left it there on purpose! That is where I put it always! The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances, you write the phrase, "nothing to report," every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night until first light this morning, nothing was recorded at all.
Nothing recorded in the log.
That is... Duh! Because nothing happened! But if nothing happened, you would normally write nothing to report, wouldn't you? Uh-oh.
Indeed so. Which tells us that shortly after 2 AM, something happened here aboard the SS Booyah. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact.
Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night?
Stop talking rubbish!
If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself.
Oh, why?
Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really had happened, surely all of us would have noticed? That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently, and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even if it had happened in the dead of night.
Well, no, that's a good point. He knows something.
What of the throbbing?
Sorry? What do you mean?
Your head, man. The throbbing of your head since this morning. We have all suffered with it.
So, did it go off without sound?
What?
Did it go off without sound and like everybody just hit their heads?
No,
Did
they
the
were all
alarm-
gassed.
Oh. Why were they all gassed? How are they all gassed?
While they were sleeping. Oh yes, I have a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today.
Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn. Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected.
That's right, my head's been throbbing today too.
And it's probably delivered through that tube.
And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy.
Or some kind of poison.
I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside that wardrobe. Oh, maybe everybody just hit their head and forgot everything.
No.
And the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I'd already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had those handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all that was happening to me? Oh yeah, everybody was gassed.
Tell me, Mr. Odo, you boarded this vessel as a stowaway, didn't you?
Well, yes, sorry.
The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What do you survive on?
Well, Kazuma looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals.
So you enjoyed some of the roast chicken dish that was served yesterday evening, I take it?
Yes, in fact, at all that. Kazuma wasn't part of chicken, he wasn't asleep.
Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat any of the chicken at all?
That's right, he didn't touch it. Is that relevant? They were poisoned.
My dear fellow, does that not strike you? Oh, Mr. Shams, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken? I do!
No. Really? Is that really true?
The meal prepared for the passengers last night had been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of soporific.
Soporific.
Of a
Soporific.
Of a soporific designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consume with it.
That's why she killed him.
A sleeping drug.
Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so that no one noticed the ship's emergency stop?
Mr. Naruhodo, of course that's not what Mr. Shams mean. What a far-fetched idea.
No, that's exactly what he means.
Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger on board with a soporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator.
What?
Mr. Shams. Well, Seaman? Oh, I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there will have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew and the captain himself will be owed over the coals.
Hold over the coals. Oh, man.
For aiding and abetting a renegade.
Please, no more. I will tell everything. I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore.
These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe.
Yes. So when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me. They all agreed to help. Everyone together. She threw away everything. Her fame in the ballet, Mother Russia, we wanted to help our angel.
I don't believe it.
You are right. We put sleeping dragon chicken last night. Yeah, I remember now. I did notice chewing on a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. We could not make all drug. How do you say? Dissolve? Ugh. Talk about heavy seasoning. At midnight in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. She was helped by comrades on shore with small fishing boat.
Well, all the passengers of the SS Bowyer slept soundly, thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumber-inducing potion their evening meals had contained.
So that's what happened. The only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who just like chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. And that means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Kazuma's cabin door.
But how does that make sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case, and there would have been complete chaos.
I wouldn't say so.
What?
Ah, of course. Just like us, all other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabins, after which they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug.
Quite. And accordingly, all passengers were already in the cabins for the night.
Yes.
The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway. And so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning.
You have talked a long time and said many things. But this point.
The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost their life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that will reveal the culprit's identity.
Why?
And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to unlock a door, the captain.
No, it was her, but why?
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe that's what they want us to think.
Oh, I don't...
Because the whole crew seems to be involved with her, protecting her.
Yeah.
So it could be like the captain or... I don't know.
Also, a busy night.
But...
Like he's just trying to protect her.
I don't know about any of this. I'm just a little girl. You like to speak with your long English verbs and explain your clever ideas.
Maybe...
No, I think maybe she was just going that far to cover up that her... Well, I mean, no, so...
Maybe
okay,
they wanted to help her cover it up.
Well, yeah, but I mean, why would she want him to die?
She didn't. Her cat, he tripped over the cat.
Well, why would she go through that much trouble to cover up that he was tripped up by a cat?
To escape that guy with the beard, the Russian guy.
The guy that she was pretending to be?
In the newspaper?
Oh, no. Well, no, I don't think she was escaping that. She was just escaping regular Russia. Or she was pretending to be him.
Feeling Bolshevik.
Yeah.
She wasn't pretending to be him.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, but
I mean, she
maybe
was
she's trying to avoid him finding her.
I don't know why she would do that.
Well, I mean, she's running away.
Yeah, from Russia. He's running away from Russia too. But I'm Sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories we don't believe. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes.
A laudable trait.
But
I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruto,
yes?
do you hear it? That accusatory cry of guilt on the wind. What accusatory cry of guilt?
Sorry, you lost me.
Proof of involvement, man! But you can't hear such a call with your ears. No, you must hear it with your eyes. For observation is the basis of all deduction.
What are you talking about?
I believe the time has come for one final logic and reasoning spectacular to expose the truth.
This is definitely where we should stop.
So, Mr. Naruto, your assistance if you please. Like right here, or
I mean,
get to this little
I
part.
don't know. I think if we keep going, we're gonna be there till the end, and it's gonna be a while away.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm like, I don't know when it's gonna switch to like, I guess we'll just stop here.
Okay. Not this save.
Reading him makes me so tired. Holy Christ.
Well, yeah, it's because he's got like 500 gajillion.
And plus I'm doing it like a complete idiot.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Hey.
Well, you are.
Objection. Objection.
Look at that.
Look how cool I am.
So cool.
Yep.
Let me see here. I need some noise. Oh, okay. Holy Christ. That was 2 hours.
Oof,
Which
yeah.
isn't really that much, but
Oof.
reading nonstop. Like, oh my god. Especially, I was so tired anyways, but...
Okay. I proceed. Read my chapter.
Okay, thank you all for being here, hanging out. We should be back, hopefully, for Subpoena Sunday. What are you doing?
Objection!
So, anyways, we will see you all later. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.